All right, it's been about 5 days, 6 days since my flare-up of my my gut. That's called. People call it diverticulitis. I don't know. There may be different kinds of diverticulitis. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. However they branch it, they got the severity levels, and then they must have types. But this was awful, and I kind of wanted to die. It's just it was so much pain and agony. It's just like why put up with it for the fifth, for the sixth time? If I got to put up with it more, it's like, I might as well just look forward to the other side. And I don't know how exactly I can prevent it, because it just, this last one happened suddenly. Before I was preventing it by no longer having potato chips, no longer having foods with these weird preservatives in the bagged form, the bagged items, chips or whatever, popcorn, even popcorn. They put preservatives in it. It's a special kind of butter. It might be butter slash preservative, and it just rips my gut. It causes so much agony and pain. And it's like, initially it started out as a big stomach ache, and this is when it was a cold snap. It was like 20 degrees, and I suffered the gut pain at 2 a.m. I ate, and I'm pretty sure this came down to eating that canned salmon from Polar that I bought at a Walmart. I think it was tainted. It started out with a gut pain, a severe gut pain, just an agony in my stomach region, and that was at 2 a.m. I ate at 8 p.m., so it took a few hours. It finally eventually woke me up, and then I realized I'm in pain. So I don't know, tossed magnets on it or whatever. Walked around a bit too, and it started to gravitate down to the middle burner, the middle area of the gut. That's where the pain went. So it shifted. The stomach pain went away. All right, my stomach seemed to have recovered. It went down to the middle burner, and then it just gradually, slowly throughout the day until the next evening, 2 a.m. till the very day, the evening, it went to the lower guts, and then it just sat. And I pooped a little extra. I pooped more than normal, 3 times, and I think that was my body's response to do something. And I kind of felt like puking a little bit, not very bad. It wasn't a very sick response, but definitely my bowels tried to evacuate as much as possible. And then things just started sitting and stirring and inflaming and getting worse slowly, and then worse and worse. And then I was just in agony for the next few days. And it hurt. It caught every time I walked. Every time I took a step, I'd feel the wince, and so I had to walk slowly, laying down or sitting like this. It was agony, and in the lower gut, all that inflammation, and it just continued, and it made me tired. Okay, I was like unusually tired. I didn't have any coffee. I didn't feel like I was at that kind of fatigue. It was a type of fatigue from the pain. The pain was causing fatigue. So I was drowsy. I was in and out. I was in a stupor. You'd call it a stupor. And at times I would sleep. I'd just be in a stupor, and I'd sleep, and I'd be unmotivated to move. But either way, movement hurts, and sitting was just a dull ache. So I was really in a bad situation, and I didn't take anything to try to fix it. I kind of took aloe 2 days. I took 2 pills of the aloe vera concentration. On the second day, I was getting heart problems because I believe it was drawing out potassium. It blocks potassium, and my heart was feeling not so good. So I gave up on that after the second pill. It's mild enough. I was keeping my cayenne nearby. I didn't take any cayenne for this because it was a flare up, and it's just like cayenne burns already, and I don't know if I could do that. I need better options when this happens, or I'm just it's either death or to find better options. And I mean, my body is trying to evacuate as much as I could. Do I try to like keep herbs on hand to increase the motility of my gut? What kind do I take? Do I take the ones that are astringent? Do I take the ones that relax? Do I take the ones that bulk up? I don't know. What can I do to relieve this this pain from this infection? I'm thinking it's an infection. It was a canned salmon fillets by Polar. Maybe I got salmonella from the canned salmon fillets. Because I've had everything. I just had this. I kind of thought it could have been this. I just had a bunch of this dried milk today and no problems. I had everything that I had. I experimented except for salmon fillets. I don't need salmon fillets. I consumed everything except for the canned potatoes too, but I really have not had problems with canned potatoes in the past. Salmon fillets is the first I've ever tried that one. It's normally been other canned fish. I tried everything else now, and I'm pretty confident that was the infection. It hit my stomach. It felt like glass, like I was passing glass through my digestive system until it sat in my lower guts and then just started getting inflamed and back to the usual, what I remember, the dull ache and the agony and the fatigue. I think there was an infectious type. Could have been a chemical and exposure in some way from preservatives, but it looks like it could have been this time this this swelling, this diverticulitis could have been from an actual like amoeba or plankton or whatever the pathogen that got in there. It could have been actually that. It could have been something alive that caused this flare up this time. Whereas in the past, I believe it's always been chemically induced. This time, it could have actually been a live creature that caused the flare up. But that's very scary because it's like, what next? I get weaker every time this happens. I gotten salmonella poisoning in the past, and I hear you never fully recover from that. It takes a long time to get recovery after that too. I can't do anything to prevent it. When it happens, I just it seems like I have to increase the motility of my guts, but that seems like it might cause damage. I'm just at such a loss with this.